Hey folks, Dude here, coming in again, an iteration of, well, maybe not quite knife blog, but it's going to be one of those entry things where I got to tell you guys something about a new daily driver that I've been carrying around for, well, a little while. What do I currently have on my person? Well, so I'm going to be telling you guys about a new offering, well, maybe not too new, but it's been out there for, okay, it's out there. Okay, so this one's going to be model name is going to be 1064582, also known therein as the Gerber Scout lock blade. So if you look at this guy, essentially it's a 3.2 inch blade. The steel is 400A. It does have a PVD coating on board, so that's also kind of cool. But if you look at it, it kind of harkens back to the good old days, and yeah, I don't have the button on this one, but it harkens back to the good old days of the classic bolt action, where you have a drawbar that pulls back, and there's a vertical bar that slides out and locks into the top of the blade. So, essentially, you have the latest iteration of this guy here. Now, like I say, it's only 400A steel, so that's not going to be the best edge holding, and out of the box, it is not shaving sharp. It truly could use a good touch-up in terms of the edge. It was okay and adequate and whatnot. Yeah, I know I put a little stripe on top there, so tell me which one I have, because there's more getting into it later on in the video, and we'll move on from that one and move out smartly. There is, like I said, it does have the locking bar. It is ambidextrous. It does have a cut-through open design, which is actually kind of really cool. So, like earlier where I accidentally dumped something on my desk, ooh, I was so cheesed when that happened. Well, anyway, so I dumped something on my desk, and I basically had to take this thing and clean it out. Literally was just going through, quick swish in the sink, it was good to go. So like I say, you have ambidextrous controls here. I'm going to use the passenger side. Pull that back, blade unlocks. There is no thumb stud, but there is provision for opening. It's simply because it has a slot on top of the blade. Conversely, what was I trying to pair this with? Well, I just got a hold a little while ago, a used, like actually field use item. You know, U.S. military guy basically was fielding one of those, an LMF2. Now, there's later iterations of the LMF2. I was not impressed. In fact, I would say the newest LMF2s look very Chinesium. And this one, it actually had theater use. It was earlier, and the easiest way I can tell you the difference between the older ones and the newer ones is simply the location of the sharpener on the sheath. On the new ones, the sharpener is on the top of the sheath. The older ones, the sharpener is on the bottom of the sheath. That's really the only true way to tell. And of course, looking at the blade script, and I guess it would be like, you know, the laser that they do to, you know, blow off the, you know, the coating to make it have like, you know, the little icon on board, or the print that they put on board after they blow off, you know, with laser. It is not the same knife. Now, this guy right here is actually quite a bit more than, you know, all in told of like the basic componentry of it. It is an okay steel blade. Well, it will not hold the edge nearly as good as better steels. It's not a carbon steel. It is a stainless steel. Obviously, it's a cheaper offering, being only 400A, but it is good enough. The handle scales are obviously put on with screws. Obviously, it can be, you know, serviced therein. Best part about it is because you see you have the two little slots here. You actually can convert it being from a passenger carry to a driver's side carry with the belt loop. Now, think about it as being a righty, actually, you know, in your pocket. It would be carrying with point to the rear of your pocket. Now, I'm actually pretty well enamored with the point of being able to pop this thing out and literally snap it open. It is a very, very smooth action to work this guy. The thing about it is also the scales are micarta. So that's kind of not the cheapest material to play with. It is a canvas micarta. It is available in, I believe, a tan and an OD green. This one, of course, being the OD green. You can see it's got a little bit of different discoloration here. Obviously, this is a wear point, or obviously it's just, you know, oxidized. I really, truly don't know. The other cool thing about it is, you see the little guy right there, it does actually have a glass breaker on board. So in emergency situations, this one, of course, being a non-serrated blade, it'll cut pretty good. The only downside is you don't want to stick the person as you're trying to get it underneath the seatbelt to get them free. One of the classic tricks of the trade is you put a finger on top of the point and you press down with your finger as you're going underneath the seatbelt. That way you're riding your finger on the person and not the blade. Then, of course, you basically pop the seatbelt. Obviously, you need to get entry beforehand. You do have the glass breaker. For all intents and purposes, these things are popping up on eBay, and some of them are sub $40 with shipping. Now, the thing about it is, I was thinking companion piece, very similar blade profiles to, like, the LMF2. I was thinking this thing is absolutely perfect as a secondary carry piece, companion piece, and also it's going to be one of those ones where if I bust it, I don't cry. Conversely, one of my friends on Facebook, she was enamored with one of these, and I was telling her about them, and she was very, very intrigued, so maybe one might find one her way. I truly don't know. I'll have to talk to the air fairy about that one, if it's just going to magically appear on her doorstep. So, good stuff like that there. She does know me. I do know her on Facebook and YouTube. Good stuff like that there. She's a friend of mine, been a friend of mine for flipping ever. But this is one that I will tell you guys about. So basic specs on this guy, let's go from north to south. Let's stand him up right there so you guys can see what we're talking about. So from the north to south on this guy, the basic specs, it's a 3.2-inch blade. Fully closed, it is 4.5 inches, so just under 4.5 inches in length, 7.64 inches open length, 3.7 ounces weight, backed by the Gerber Guarantee, a limited lifetime warranty. So translation, if you break it, they bought it, you send it back, they fix it, good stuff like that there. They say slim design. That's the better part of about 12 millimeters to my eye at its widest point. Put the pocket clip on there, it's probably closer to 14, maybe 15 millimeters. So just shy of 3/4 of an inch. It is a fairly interesting blade profile with this, deep belly and whatnot. It's a good general purpose blade design. It's a good general purpose knife. And it doesn't look, let's just show you the example of what it doesn't look like. It really, truly doesn't look like something as daunting as, I don't know, maybe something like this. This could be like, oh, that's a big, scary knife. I don't want this. This looks way more PC, way more pocketable. And potentially, if the cop looks at it, he goes, yeah, that basically looks like a big honking kitchen knife. That's not that, or a small kitchen knife. It looks like a paring knife. It doesn't look so terribly threatening. Now, the actual hand feel on this thing is nothing short of, they really, truly played around with this thing to get the angles right and everything. The blade scales feel absolutely, positively awesome. I mean, you do actually have, a false guard there, so you cannot override into the blade. It is a very, very positive grip. Obviously holding, standard knife style. If you wish to do a reverse on it, it also is very, very positive. I would say for basic field use, obviously you'd want to have this guy ganged up with a diamond sharpener, touched up just in case. So anyway, looking at this knife as it is for all intents and purposes, I would say for basic field use, basic daily carry, and in terms of having it in your pocket, if the cop goes, hey, what's this pocket clip? And makes you pull it out, he goes, oh, okay, it looks semi-tactical, but it doesn't look nearly as tactical as, one of those guys. Yeah, so, let me get that one out of the picture. I would say most emblematically, though, if you're looking for something that is a decent carry piece and has really decent reviews and truly, I'll keep using the word decent, but it is how else can you say? It is a decently executed knife, and I will commit it to you. This one, of course, being the Gerber Scout. Now, let me see if I can't actually find a true model name of it. So the Gerber Gear Scout Pocket Knife, 3.2 plain edge blade. This, that, and the other thing. Looking it up on Amazon, they say it is $60. Well, no. You could find, let's just say, partially nicely driven execution items therein, and I would commit it to you. Check these guys out at your leisure. It is a cool little piece of kit, and I will give it dude reviews stating, right off the bat, it drops into your pocket and feels bleeding awesome. It is an awesome little carry piece, and it does, it stands. All right, folks, I'm going to break up with this one. Eco Type Design Ring, as always, you know it, you love it. Dude Knife Review, the Gerber Scout. Check it out at your leisure, and I think you'll be, hopefully impressed with it as much as I am. Catch you guys later. Have a good one. I'll see you then. Catch you guys later.